At dawn, the waterways of the Sundarbans come alive with mist, water.
From behind the boat, the ancient mangrove forest seems to stretch endlessly into the morning mist.
Even the smallest creatures leave their mark on this living forest. Fresh tracks in the mud reveal that wildlife has passed through this quiet place only moments ago. A spotted deer pauses beneath the trees, listening carefully to every sound around it. In the Sundarbans, even a quiet moment can demand complete attention. A large herd of spotted deer gathers in an open patch of the mangrove forest. A large herd of spotted deer gathers in an open patch of the mangrove forest.
Some feed peacefully, while others remain alert to the hidden world around them. With a sudden leap, the agile monkey crosses the gap between two branches.
High above the forest floor, monkeys turn the treetops into their busy world.
From below, their movements reveal just how active life is above the ground.
Close to the ground, the tidal forest becomes a completely different world. Underwater, their synchronized movement creates a living pattern of silver and light. Beneath the surface, a school of fish moves together through the shallow tidal water.
Only its eyes and nostrils reveal the enormous predator beneath the water.
Only its eyes and nostrils reveal the enormous predator beneath the water. As the tide falls, the massive crocodile leaves the water and moves onto the mud. From behind, its powerful tail leaves a deep trail across the wet ground. The Sundarbans is a maze of mangrove trees shaped by tides, mud, and salt water. Looking upward, the dense canopy forms a natural roof over the forest. Specialized roots rise from the mud, helping mangrove trees survive in this difficult environment. Between these roots, countless small creatures find food and shelter.
For a hunter like this, patience is often the key to success.
A kingfisher waits patiently above the channel, watching for movement beneath the water.
White herons carefully search the shallow mud for small prey.
Their reflections move across the quiet water as they continue feeding.
Cormorants repeatedly dive beneath the surface in search of fish.
After feeding, they spread their wings to dry in the open air.
Along the tidal mudflats, shorebirds search carefully for hidden food.
A sharp beak becomes a useful tool in the soft tidal mud. A large python moves silently through the tangled roots of the mangrove forest. A cautious fox moves quietly along a narrow forest trail. Behind it, a line of fresh footprints records its journey. Wild boars use their powerful snouts to search the forest floor for food. Even while feeding, they remain alert to sounds around them. A family of otters turns the quiet channel into a playground.
Their quick movements make them perfectly suited to life beside the water.
The tide begins to rise, bringing the river deeper into the forest. Within minutes, the rising water changes the landscape completely. Suddenly, the herd stops feeding and listens. Every animal turns toward the same unseen sound. The tiger follows the edge of the channel, moving with calm confidence. Each step leaves another mark in the soft mud. A tiger watches from the vegetation while a herd of deer grazes at a distance. The deer sense danger before they can clearly see it. The sound travels through the trees, warning nearby animals. High in the trees, the monkeys respond with loud warning calls. Their warning spreads quickly through the canopy. The herd suddenly breaks into a run. Within seconds, the deer vanish between the mangrove trees. Every step sends small waves across the calm surface. The tiger enters the water and begins crossing the channel. The powerful tiger swims steadily through the tidal channel. Its strong body carries it smoothly toward the opposite bank. Across the same waterway, two of the Sundarban's largest predators share the landscape. Neither animal approaches the other, as both continue through their own territory. High above the mangroves, an eagle rides the rising air currents. Its shadow briefly moves across the forest canopy below. Several vultures circle high above the forest, using the warm air to stay aloft. From the forest floor, their wide wings appear against the open sky. A small forest bird searches quietly among the wet leaves.
Its small movements reveal how much life exists close to the forest floor.
Green parakeets gather noisily among the mangrove branches. Then, almost together, several birds take flight. A flock of white herons crosses the wetland at sunset. From below, their white wings stand out against the evening sky. A narrow trail disappears deep into the tangled mangrove forest.
Looking back, the path seems almost completely surrounded by green.
A spotted deer rests beneath the shade of a large mangrove tree. Even while resting, it never stops listening.
A monkey settles on a branch to feed on a ripe forest fruit.
For a moment, the busy canopy becomes calm and focused on feeding. A large wild honeybee colony hangs high above the forest floor.
Above the forest floor, the hive becomes another busy center of life. Flowers, insects, and trees form a network of life throughout the mangrove forest. The crocodile waits patiently in the shallow water. Most of its enormous body remains concealed beneath the surface. The heron waits patiently for the perfect moment to strike.
A sudden movement turns patience into action.
A red crab cautiously emerges from its muddy burrow.
At midday, different species occupy different parts of the same living forest.
Every level of the ecosystem is active at the same time. Dark monsoon clouds gather above the Sundarbans. The forest responds before the first drops of rain arrive. Heavy tropical rain suddenly transforms the forest. Every leaf and root becomes part of the moving water. The deer gather beneath the trees to escape the heaviest rain. The monkeys retreat beneath the thickest leaves. Even from shelter, they remain curious about the changing forest. Even in heavy rain, the Bengal tiger remains calm beneath the trees. Rain changes the landscape, but the tiger's presence remains unmistakable. The crocodile remains almost motionless as rain falls around it. Only its eyes and nostrils break the surface of the dark water. Strong winds sweep through the mangrove forest. The flexible mangrove trees bend with the storm instead of fighting it.
Birds of many kinds find shelter inside the dense canopy.
The thick foliage becomes a natural shelter from the storm. The storm passes, leaving the forest fresh and shining. A rainbow appears above the Sundarbans as the storm moves away. Evening light transforms the green forest into a golden landscape. As evening approaches, the deer emerge into the open. Their long shadows follow them toward the forest. The Bengal tiger begins its evening patrol through the forest. The final sunlight highlights the patterns that help it disappear among the trees. As darkness arrives, bats begin leaving their daytime shelters. Their silhouettes move rapidly across the fading light. Night settles over the tidal channels of the Sundarbans. In the darkness, even the quietest channel remains alive. A giant crocodile leaves the water under the moonlight. Its enormous body moves slowly across the silent mudflat. High above the ground, a python remains coiled on a branch. Its patterned body blends almost perfectly with the night, An owl watches the forest from a quiet branch. Under the moonlight, the deer move carefully through the forest. Their white markings glow softly in the darkness. The tiger moves through the darkness with almost complete silence. One moment it is visible, and the next it disappears into the forest. By morning, mist once again covers the waterways. The forest slowly emerges from the fog. The first sunlight enters through the mangrove canopy. The forest floor receives the first light of a new day. The deer begin another morning among the mangroves. One deer pauses to listen before returning to feed.
Morning brings new energy to the monkey troop.
One monkey quickly climbs higher into the canopy. A large monitor lizard crosses the wet forest floor. Its powerful legs carry it easily across the muddy ground. The monitor lizard searches around a crab burrow for an opportunity to feed. The crabs disappear quickly into their underground shelters. The waterways of the Sundarbans eventually open toward the vast coastal sea. Here, freshwater and saltwater worlds meet. An Irrawaddy dolphin briefly surfaces in the coastal river.
With a quiet splash, it disappears beneath the surface.
A small group of dolphins moves together through the river. Their movements leave a pattern of waves across the quiet river. Beneath the river surface, a huge school of fish moves as one. The entire school changes direction almost simultaneously.
Its wet shell reflects the warm morning sunlight.
Across the river, another herd of spotted deer feeds near the mangroves. Beyond them, the river continues carrying life through the forest. Once again, the Bengal tiger enters the water and begins a river crossing. After crossing, it climbs onto the opposite bank and disappears into vegetation. Behind the tiger, the river continues its endless movement with the tide. After the long crossing, the tiger rests beneath the shade. A large herd of spotted deer gathers in an open patch of the mangrove forest. Suddenly, the herd stops feeding and listens. The tiger follows the edge of the channel, moving with calm confidence. Even in heavy rain, the Bengal tiger remains calm beneath the trees. The final sunlight highlights the patterns that help it disappear among the trees. The tiger moves through the darkness with almost complete silence. Night settles over the tidal channels of the Sundarbans.